think some of you guys are going to need a can for this video. Today I'm talking about the only 5 bass lures that you need. Even though I have 1,000 lures downstairs, these are the 5 that if you just fish these, you'd probably catch more fish. At least I know I would. I'm gonna leave a couple of your favorites off. I guarantee it. Grab your can of Haterade, whatever beverage you want, and let's get into it. It is Tuesday. That means this is a 2-minute Tuesday. I'm gonna share with you the 5 lures that I think you need just to catch a bunch of fish. And in fact, as I was prepping for this, I decided it was so important that I just said, you know what, let's create a new box, call these EDC bass lures. So let's throw 2 minutes on the clock. Tastes good. Let's see if I can spend 24 seconds or less on each one of these lures. The very first lure is the Ned rig. The Z-Man Finesse TRD is kind of the OG. You can just fish that on the Finesse mushroom head. You can fish it on a mule jig. Scientific research shows that when it comes to creature baits, ones with no legs, around 3 inches long, catch more fish than anything else. This is the bait that got me into bait finesse, to be honest with you. If you're not fishing it, you're probably catching less fish than you should. As far as colors, green pumpkin is the go-to, but I have a lot of colors, but these 4, the deal, yoga pants, and green pumpkin orange are probably the 4 that I fish most often. I'm already behind. I also throw the Nico Hellgrammite or any Hellgrammite lure kind of in that. You fish them on a Ned head if you want, on an offset Ned. Green pumpkin, black aurora, favorite 2 colors. Number 2 is the Cinco, the Yamamoto, and very specifically the Gary Yamamoto Cinco, or I think the new branding is Yamamoto Baits Cinco. This particular stick bait, as they're called, it has this shimmy that looks like jello floating through the water that no other stick bait really duplicates in my experience. So for BFS, you can use the 4-inch or the 3-inch. 3-inch is fantastic. Scientific research shows that the 4-inch will catch you the highest number of 1 and 2 pound bass. I throw the 5-inch a lot on some of my heavier rigs. And on this, again, controversial, green pumpkin is the only color you need. So on the wacky rig, make sure you have some sort of O-ring tool, because when you hook it through the O-ring, it helps the worm stay on the hook a lot longer. Number 3 is a jig. Honestly, year-round you can catch fish on a jig. Year-round you can catch fish on a Ned rig as well. You can probably catch them year-round on a stick bait. That's why these are go-to lures that you should always have. My 2 favorite jigs currently are the Kitech Monospin for really lightweight stuff, and the Kitech M2. I'm not a tournament fisherman, but a lot of tournament guys don't like people to know about this M2 jig. You just fishing on the bottom, you can throw a Ned rig on there, or you can throw a TRD on there for a little bit more bulk if you want. They'll catch fish bare. Number 4, some kind of topwater. Now, I'm partial to buzz baits, but because I'm only picking one, I would go with some sort of whopper plopper. This is the Creek Life Lure Hillbilly Plop, I think they call it. And I've also got a River to Sea Whopper Plopper 60 in there. This one has to be fished at exactly the right speed, but it will catch a lot of fish. Colors, either black or white work. Perch and the larger ones work for me. They have a monkey butt color in the River to Sea, but black or white typically gonna work pretty much everywhere. Number 5 is some kind of swim bait. I would almost go to say the Kitech Fat Swing Impact. The downside of these are, they're a little pricey, but they're not real durable. I think the most fish I've ever caught on one of these is like 6 or 7, but they catch fish like nothing else. Now, this particular one, this swim bait from Fit Premium Lures out of Frederick, Pennsylvania, it's almost as effective. There are days where it will catch just as many fish as a Kitech Fat Swing Impact. It's a little bit longer, but they're a lot cheaper, they're a lot more durable, and I need to get more because I'm about out. That's why I put these into the box. I don't normally keep plastics out of the box, but if I'm going to carry this every day, I'm going to do that. And I just have a little selection of different jig heads to make all of these things work, some bare hooks. That's all you need. Honestly, I could carry this around. Boxes and boxes and boxes of lures. If I carried this, I would probably just catch more fish than I do on a regular basis. I'm not going to tell you the lures that I know that I left off this list. The ones that I told you about are more effective, more often, and more versatile. And that's why I left them off. Let me know, what did I leave off the list? How stupid am I? Kind of like on one of my last videos, my favorite hater comment was, listening to me talk about tackle is worse than listening to the guy's wife on PMS. Hey, he said it, not me. By the way, I do delete those kind of sort of rude and somewhat hateful comments, but you know, have at it. Let me know, respectfully if you can, what lures should have been on my top 5 Because here's the thing, not everybody has the money to have hundreds of lures, right? Not everybody has the money to buy 10 different presentations for every single month. So for these, oh crap, be right back. You know, but these 5 lures, you can basically fill this box with all the lures and including the box for less than I spent on this shipment of lures from Japan, or less than what I spent at Cabela's yesterday. But that's why I wanted to do this. Not everybody has the money to spend. So for probably $100 or less, you can create this selection of lures, become a fish catching machine for the rest of this year. And the only thing that's gonna wear out are probably those Kitex, and maybe you'll lose some jigs. But the rest of the stuff, you know, a few bucks a month, you can replenish. Let me know which one did I leave off. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Yeah, it tastes good. I've got thick skin. Oh, hey, and for all you diehard people who watch to the end, hey, like this, the remnants of the poison ivy from last week. This was so bad, I actually had to go to Med Express, get a shot, take a steroid pack. My whole arm was swollen, starting to get cellulitis. It was rough. A little bit why you didn't see a video, or as many videos in the last week. I'm gonna keep enjoying, and I'll see you next time. Should I give you a sneak peek? Okay, one thing. I lost another pair of scissors, so I bought a replacement pair. There's a few cool things in here though.